Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to tell you that the crash has begun. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about this housing market crash in the United States and how that's going to affect trucking companies, trucking businesses, just generally the trucking industry throughout the country. So what we have right now is an overabundance of homes. The fact is, the supply of new homes is actually at an all-time high since 2019. Median home prices are actually down by 6% over the last 2 months. There are over 5 million homes that are not current on their mortgage payments. In addition to that, what we have is a mortgage crisis because mortgage demand is at its lowest point since the year 2000. That's 22 years. Plus, new home sales, they're actually down by 50% in 2 years. But now let's look at how that actually relates to trucking. Real estate and trucking, there is some correlation there, and they do indirectly affect each other. In the past, we made some observations about what we thought the market was going to do, where it's going to trend, and where it actually trended. We did quite well with that. So now it looks like the market's going to be turning in the trucking industry. As the temperatures cool down, so will market conditions. So it's going to actually become probably a bit tougher for truckers. But what we also are looking at is a sheer number of trucking companies that are closing down their MCs as well. And the way that this relates to trucking is that all markets are going to be cyclical. Someone's loss is someone's gain, right? Someone lost their home, but you bought it, you got yourself a home. The truth is that there's always a loss and a gain. There's always a winner and a loser in those scenarios. And when people start to lose their trucks and their trailers and their businesses for example, poor money management, not making payments or not working to make enough gross to make payments, and whatever other issues that may come up, at that point, if they lose their equipment and you buy it off of auction, you did that by setting aside funds, making sure that you're running a stable company, that you have reserves set in case of problems, you've maintained your equipment, and you've paid your drivers good, decent salaries and taken care of your folks, so that you have a team of people building and you have the capacity to take on more equipment. Well, it sounds like you ran a better company, and if you had the opportunity to pick up additional equipment that you were looking for in the first place, and now the market conditions are ripe for you to pick up a new trailer or a used trailer or a truck or something like that, then you took advantage of that and you had the capacity and you did it. So I think that there's a lot to be said about that. It's going to be good for some, it's going to be bad for others. And that's always how it's been. Ultimately, it all depends on what you did then when the markets were hot, and it's going to depend on what you will do now when the opportunities present themselves. And again, this crash will simply unravel. A lot of people are waiting for the light switch flip, right? And everything's different. That's not how it goes. This is a major market movement. It will take a long time to unravel. We're watching, and it's becoming more evident, more prevalent now that it's maturing more. And ultimately, this crash will either make you or break you. And so there's a reason why some of you will like this video and it will ring true, and there will be others who will have displeasure listening to this, and ultimately it's going to come down to the guys nodding their head because they know they did the right thing, and the guys who are not going to like hearing this message because they know deep inside that they didn't do the right thing. And some of these guys know, and they're open about it, but most people are even hiding that from themselves. Ultimately, if you did the right things, you're going to have plenty of opportunities. Yes, rates will go down. Yes, there will be extraneous costs and things like that, but you will have the opportunity to capitalize on someone's losses and turn those into your gains. And basically, this is when trucking companies will actually grow. Which side of the aisle are you on? Please leave your comments in a comment section below. Smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to switch over. We're going to look over the loads that we booked for our customers. Some really good freight rates. Definitely don't want to miss that next section. So see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Today's going to be interesting. We got a whole bunch of stuff from vans, reefers, flatbeds, teams, power only. There's definitely a lot to talk about. I'm going to start off with a dry van team coming out of Bismarck, North Dakota, with a 1-pick 4-dropper in St. George, Utah, North Las Vegas, Nevada, Fresno, California, and a final in Gilroy, California. It's a water load, 40,000 pounds of water, 1,850 miles, booked at $4,648. Got them $251 per mile. Then Oakland, California to Nashville, Tennessee. It's a 35,000 pound load of empty pallets, 2,292 miles, booked at $6,500. Got them $284 a mile. And they finished off with Bowling Green, Kentucky, going to Rosenberg, Texas. 875 miles, booked at $1,950, got them $223 a mile for a very light 20,000 pound load of FAK. Most of these, were not too heavy. Great gross, running a week, team running Wednesday to Wednesday, gross $13,098 for the week, ran 5,017 loaded miles at an average of 261 per loaded mile average. Next, we got ourselves power only. I thought I'd throw that in early on. For those of you who've been asking, we are not taking power-only customers. These are the power-only customers that we decided to take on from the past, okay? So at this time, no power-only customers. Now, these guys, it's a solo power-only. West Memphis, Arkansas to from Utah. It's a 41,000 pound load of lube and non-hazardous oil products, things like that. 1,571 miles, booked at $3,950, got them $251 a mile. Then at a Logan, Utah, going to Fountain, Colorado, it's a 19,000 pound light load of food and beverage. That's 596 miles, booked at $1,700, got them $285 a mile. Then Englewood, Colorado to Ocean Park, Washington, with a 37,000 pound load of FAK. That's 1,366 miles, booked at $3,500, got them $256 a mile. They ran Wednesday to Wednesday, grossed $9,150, and they're just a power only unit. Ended up running 3,533 loaded miles at an average of 259 per loaded mile average. That is miraculous. Great job on the carrier. Great job on the dispatcher on this one. This is absolutely fantastic. Next, we got ourselves, looks like a flatbed coming out of Fort Worth, Texas, going to Great Falls, Montana, with a 48,000 pound load of plywood bundles, 1,537 miles, booked at $5,215. Got them $339 a mile on a ton of miles, flatbed freight. Shelby, Montana, going to Bozeman, Montana, quick run, 45,000 pound load of hardy board. It's a 267 mile run, $1,000 on that one, $375 a mile. Then right out of Billings, Montana, took a load to Howard, Kansas, 47,000 pound load of bagged sulfur. That's 1,130 miles, went back, $2,200 booked. That's $195. However, they ran for a week. Solo flatbed freight is really tough, so I'm real proud of our guys for this. Ended up grossing $8,415, ran 2,934 loaded miles at an average of 287 a loaded mile. An excellent job. Then we got ourselves another dry van team coming out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, going to Great Falls, Montana. 37,000 pound load of dry goods, 1,127 miles, booked at $4,000, got them $355 a mile. Then Three Forks, Montana to Huron, Ohio, with a load to scale load of beer, 1,692 miles, booked at $4,150, got them $245 a mile. Then Monroe, Michigan to Manchester, New Hampshire, with a 42,000 pound load of pet food, 736 mile run, $2,300 booked, got them $313 a mile, running Wednesday to Wednesday. Ended up grossing $10,450, ran 3,555 loaded miles at an average of 294 a mile. Excellent job there as well. Next, we got ourselves a reefer coming out of Houston, Texas, going to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It's a 45,000 pound load of beer, 436 miles, booked at $1,200, got them $275 a mile. Then Arabi, Louisiana, I'm not sure I pronounced that one, going to Aurora, Colorado, with a 44,000 pound load of sugar. 1,287 miles, booked at $3,550, got them $276 a mile. They finished off with Center, Colorado, going to Wayneland, New York, long run, 40,000 pound load of packaged potatoes that are palletized, luckily, 1,780 miles, booked at $4,500, got them $253 per mile. Did equally well. Reefer running for a week, Thursday to Thursday, grossed $9,250, ran 3,502 loaded miles at an average of 264 per mile. So a great job there. Going to finish off with a dry van. Did an amazing job, as you'll see. Gregory, Texas, going to Chattanooga, Tennessee, 35,000 pound load of dry goods, 1,003 miles, booked at $3,100, got him 309 a mile. Then a 2-pick, 1 dropper, 2 picks in Dalton, Georgia, going to Charlotte, North Carolina, 40,000 pound load of groceries, 321 miles, booked at 1,050, got him 327 a mile. Then Shelby, North Carolina to Fallon, Missouri with a 10,000 pound load of dry goods, pretty light. 700 miles, booked at $1,900, got him 271 a mile. And he finished off with Edwardsville, Illinois to Odessa, Texas. That's a FAK load, 43K on the weight, 961 miles, booked at $2,800, got him 291 a mile there. Running Tuesday to Tuesday, grossed $8,850 on their week, ran 2,985 loaded miles at an average of 296 per loaded mile, almost $3 in a regular dry van in this market with fairly light loads here and there. Absolutely, this is great. And like I say, every week you guys can do the same thing, but you have to take the jump. If you're a leased on owner operator, no one says you need to open up your own MC authority unless it makes sense to do so. But you could certainly explore owner operator opportunities that might be less costly and maybe more efficient or bring in a higher gross. And that's what we believe we have. We don't have bells and whistles in our owner-operator program. Our truck dispatch service, similarly, is there to work with carriers one-on-one. That's why you have a direct connection with your dispatcher. You have a dedicated dispatcher that you're working with time in and time out, day in, day out. And this is really where you want things to be. You want to have that camaraderie between you and your dispatcher because they're working on your behalf. They're working for your benefit. And ultimately, this kind of performance is made possible. So thanks to our dispatchers. But again, those are available for carriers and owner-operators. If you'd like more information, please get in touch with us at 801-448-6363. You can call or text that number. You can get in touch with us on our website, in our chat box. You'll see it scroll on the bottom of this screen, as well as you can sign up for our newsletters. We'll call you. We'll get in touch with you. You can definitely make a move in this market. You really have to be careful about your operating costs and how much gross you're actually bringing in. At the end of the day, whether you're a carrier or an owner operator, this is going to reflect in your bottom dollar. If you're not bringing in enough or it's costing you too much to operate, you will suffer. Your business will suffer, and we simply don't want that to be the case. So if you want to make the money, if you have the tenacity, if you have the willingness to work, if you have the right equipment, we can certainly help you out. Give us a call or text us, and until next week, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care, guys.